Thanks for being here. I hope my stream is good tonight. It's such a pain. Hi, everybody. I hope everything's well with you tonight. I hope my stream is well tonight. I've had such an issue with live videos lately. It's been really hard trying to get you some quality content out there. And I hope everyone is coping okay. What else can we do, right? Someone said in my last conversation that we had in a heart to heart, what else can we do? We have no choice in the matter, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you about tonight, is how we all cope with our circumstances and how we don't cope sometimes, honestly. Many of us don't. Many of us just go back in bed. And I know I've been guilty of doing that many times when I can, especially after what I have been through this last couple of weeks. It's been really, really tempting to just wallow. Someone used the word bathe today. I was in a meeting and someone used the word, I'm bathing in something that I did really well. Like she was tooting her own horn, and she said, I'm tooting my own horn, bathing in my own accomplishments. So interesting the way words work for us, right? I'm a wordsmith and I love words, and I love analyzing words and thinking about things like that and how we use them to describe others, to describe ourselves. And wallow kind of has a negative connotation, whereas bathe doesn't. Never really thought about that. Yeah, but I think I do wallow in my own misery many times. And I have to fight that. Every single day I have to fight that. Especially when we're faced with loss like I was, like I am. And just interested in how you know about that. And I think we were thinking about that, or I was thinking about that all day, but I was especially thinking about that when we were at my brother's funeral and we were all reminiscing about good things, right? You only reminisce about the good things when it's a bad thing for some reason. And we were talking about how my brother was always the type that would always try to bring a little levity. He was the first one you would hear giggling at a funeral. He would be the one giggling and laughing in the back. Always trying to find something lighthearted to say if someone was having an issue, a disagreement, or a hard time. That's the way he was. And I don't know, that's kind of a good way to be too. But sometimes we think, oh, am I not paying the proper respect to that person when I want to get up and just not think about it today? It's so hard to do that though, right? And then there's other times where you feel guilty because you are succumbing to that black hole that's hard to get out of sometimes. But I don't know. I need to start just realizing that if I feel the way I feel, that's the way I feel that day. And it's a valid feeling, whether it's a good one, a bad one, an indifferent one. You know, I mean, I know we should all strive to be better and optimistic and think about good things and, look to the future and things like that. But it's kind of hard sometimes. Like even when what we're going through right now with the lockdowns and the no school for kids and all of this, there's been so much good that has come out of it. And we can't even calculate it right now, but we will really calculate the goodness that has come out of this. And I'm not just talking about family time. That's wonderful as well. And, try to avoid killing each other as well. That's important too. But like right now, we're actually analyzing and reassessing how we're going to do a lot of our meetings for our parent-teacher meetings that I do so much, the ARD meetings as they call them, because we always come up against that calendar and that conflict where we have to schedule 5 people at one place at one time. And now all of these parents and teachers, including myself, have discovered the absolute miracle of Zoom and Google Teams. And, we can avoid a lot of this conflict if we just turn on the computer and have a virtual video conference. It's amazing. So that's one fabulous thing that has come about. Then, of course, we've discovered the children that learn so much better on their own online without the distraction of a classroom. that's been another wonderful thing, especially for children on the spectrum or some children that are of special needs and are easily distracted, the ADD type student. The classroom is a disturbance, a distraction for him sometimes. But yeah, I think we're all going through a little self-discovery right now. I'm also discovering a lot of things about my channel that I've seen evolve over the years, and things that have stayed the same, and people that have stayed the same, that even though it's a different person, it seems like I always get the same kind of subscriber or follower. Not the same kind as a negative connotation at all, but whenever there's a negative person, it's like they almost go to the same school of thought. It's incredible. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let me say hello to some people and see your thoughts in the chat. Hi, Miss Donna, Miss Debbie, Miss Brat, Cindy Dodds. How are you? Thank you so much, Miss Cindy. I appreciate it so much. Let me see. Texas Val. Thank you. I appreciate it very much, Valerie. Kathy Allen. No, absolutely no time limit. Absolutely no time limit, especially when it was the way it was. You know, we know where we're all going. We're all on that same train, right? So my uncle puts his arm around my mother and says, you know, we're all headed in the same direction. Yeah, we are. But when some leave us earlier than they should, when some leave us because of someone else's hands, that's hard. That's really hard to, like our priest was saying. Actually, it was a deacon. And, you want to blame somebody. You want to lash out. You want to get upset. And what does it do? It doesn't do anybody any good at all. And if anything, it's expended energy, negative energy. So that's all kinds of things you got to put, Thank you, Anna. Let me go to the top and see who else is here. And those of you who've been writing to me earlier about other things, I will take care of anything that we've discussed about the shipping and all that's going on. There's such a mess with shipping too, guys. But anything to do with my auction and all of that, we'll take care of that in just a minute, because I know I spoke to some people that are in the chat. But I was just about to go live, so I'm going to check on all of that. Jen, Doug, how are you? Shirley, Donna. Yeah. Tammy. Thank you guys so much for the condolences. I appreciate it. Exactly. As it begins to ease. Yeah. It's just so funny, though, how I think we sometimes second guess our feelings, and we think, oh, we shouldn't feel that way. Well, it's the way you feel that day. You'll wake up angry and just, you can't go to sleep because you couldn't sleep because you were angry. You can't wake up because you were angry and you just want to go back to bed. I don't know. It's really hard, but it's just a feeling is a feeling, period, right? You really can't change them. I guess you can talk yourself into another mindset, and that's always good. Of course, I believe in, your thoughts are what make you, right? They will set your tone for the day and all of that. So I do try to forgive and not waste energy on being angry about anything, even if, justice is served and all of that stuff happens. You're still going to feel shortchanged, and then you just don't question anymore, I guess. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Senseless violence is exactly what happened. And I called it an accident last time. I didn't know all the details, and I didn't want to go into details, but it was violence. It was actually a carjacking, and that was hard. That was hard to see. You go back and you read all the news accounts, and then you see the evidence of it and everything. It's hard. Very, very. Thank you, Doug. But, and isn't it funny how there's always some good that comes about too. Relationships are kindled and rekindled, and memories bring people back together. Thank you, Shirley. I did a jar earlier today too, and I recorded it. Not the one that I just uploaded, but another one for later. And it was a watch, and it was a vintage watch like this one, right? And I was talking about, at the end, I was talking about my uncle always giving me watches. And he was very much like my brother too. Very gregarious. Only my brother didn't like junk. He wasn't a junk collector like my uncle. But my uncle and I had that in common. And I love old watches. Men's watches. I have one from him from, what is it? I think it's a Bulova. And I just lost the stem to it. And I picked this one out of a jar. And I thought about my uncle, and I thought about my brother, who was very much like him, as far as being gregarious and a jokester and always wanting to laugh. He was the one laughing at funerals. So it's so funny. Things that bring back memories. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be holding it together on this video. I just did my makeup. I didn't do my makeup all day. I had a meeting at work without the camera. Remember I told you, they told me we may not have to turn the camera on? I took advantage of it. Was I in pajamas? No, I think I got dressed. I got dressed, and I didn't have makeup on though, so I didn't turn the camera on. But I put my makeup on for you guys. And I put on my Johnny Was shirt. Did I tell you guys about the Johnny Was? I think I did in another video. Yeah, so my sister, who lives in the same town as my brother, was, we were talking and having all kinds of good fun over there. And apparently she lost, 20 pounds. She looks fabulous. And she says, oh, look at all these clothes that don't fit me. Some of them still have tags. And she is not a label person. She loves quality, but she just does not look at labels. She just, what she likes, she buys. And she hands it over to me. She goes, do you like this blouse? And I said, yeah, it looks like a Johnny Was. And I turned it around. The label was Johnny Was. I said, do you know you can sell these shirts for tons of money on Posh? She's so funny. She's like, oh, no, I just found it, She doesn't shop Goodwill or anything like that. But, yeah, she's definitely a bargain shopper, like at department stores and things. So I put on my Johnny Was for you guys, and then I go and get tears on it. Yeah, terrible. Thank you guys, though, for being here. I really do appreciate it. Your weekly cries. Yeah, definitely. Oh, my gosh. And songs. There are songs when I'm driving, especially Western songs, because my dad loved his Johnny Cash and all of that. And that's about all the Western music I listen to. I don't like any other Western music. As a matter of fact, my kids got mad at me the other day for even calling it Western music. They're like, Mom, it's not even called Western music. It's called country. I was like, not to me. To me, it's country Western or Western music. But there'll be a song that'll come out like, is anybody going to San Antonio? Because we used to live in San Antonio. And I will just start bawling in the car. It's incredible. I kind of like bawling in the car, though, because nobody can see or hear me. So, yeah, that'll definitely do it. A song will come on the radio, and I'm like, gone, totally gone. And like today, it was this watch. And the watch worked, and it's scratched. And it's rusty, but it is the most beautiful watch I've ever seen. It's a Waltham, very slim. It's the kind with the little dome top, and it's a wind-up. Love the sound of a wind-up. But it definitely reminds me of my uncle. And he's been gone a few years, about 3 or 4 years. But they were all very close to my brother. And he was very much like my brother, a total jokester. Never serious, not even at a funeral. So We had a few laughs at his funeral, but we had a little get together after, and then that's when you really get to see how little time we all have together, right? And how we need to get together more often, not just for weddings and a funeral. I wish there were some weddings. I love weddings. Do you guys like weddings? Bette Midler's Wings. Oh, that's a good one. Yes, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Mona Lisa. Yes, yes. My mother. My mother made us laugh too. She had a lot of good stories. It's funny how those stories come back. You never even think about them until somebody brings them up, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, I remember that. My sister was thinking, we used to like the same shows. Me and him liked the same shows, all the old TV shows, and you and my other sister, Liz, wouldn't even let us watch them. You're always so loud and didn't care about the same shows we cared about. They were total TV fanatics, for sure. Thank you, Brett Cat. That's so sweet of you. But yeah, and then I was thinking, Tina, she lost her mom. She loved yellow roses. Oh, yellow roses are in your yard. Wonderful. I bet they smell extra special too. I was thinking about getting some hose tomorrow. I'm going to go buy some garden tools. I have none because I had people doing my yard for a while, but they don't really do the garden. They just cut trim the bushes and all of that. And I really need to get in there. I think that's what I really need to do. Plus, I did plant a lettuce. Have you guys ever heard of planting the stalk of a lettuce? Well, I saw it on YouTube like everything else. This lady said she took the head or the little, I guess the stem or the very bottom of the lettuce, and I think it was the romaine, and she planted it, and it's guaranteed to bloom, I think, the following season. So my husband and I planted it the other night, and I was trying to convince him to go get me some tools or to see if we can order some to see if we have any that are working, because I think most of them are rusted out. He's like, no, I don't think we have any. I said, well, I think we're going to get some because we need to put a garden out. He said, we do? What are you going to grow? And I said, well, right now I'm still growing flowers underneath those weeds, and I'd like to see them again. Plus, we already planted that lettuce, and I think we could plant some tomatoes and maybe have a little salsa garden. What do you think? Lettuce, celery, and scallions. Lots of things you can do like that. Really, Fairy Vixen? And those are like my favorite sweets. I love scallions and chives. I did grow some chives one year in a pot. I did a lot of things in pots. And I did buy some basil not too long ago. That's in the window. But I want to try my hand at some real vegetables. And he had done vegetables. I even reminded him. I said, about 10 years ago, we did have a little vegetable garden out there. We had some tomatoes that got eaten up by, I don't know, rabbits or squirrels or something. But I think he even had zucchini or cucumbers, and they grew so cute. They were small, but so cute. Your mom's favorite things were the pennies from heaven. Absolutely. And we were really into butterflies because my niece loved butterflies, and we would see them all the time. In dead of winter, we would see butterflies. Every time I see a monarch butterfly, I think about my niece. Oh, it's been a tough day for you too, Vanessa. I'm sorry. Yeah. And then, I love, and you know what, Vanessa, you sent me that song for Ave Maria. Did I even tell you that I love that song, or did I share it somewhere? Because I don't know. I ran into it. They were showing Kobe Bryant's, you get the feed sometimes. I really wasn't looking for it, but you get the feed from YouTube. And they were showing, who is that beautiful singer that sang Ave Maria at his funeral? Christina Aguilera. And they had a little feed of it, and I heard her sing it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, she did it so beautifully. So then I started searching for it, and I found Placido Domingo, and no, not Placido. Who's the other one? Pavarotti, and even Callas. Oh my gosh! And then you sent me that. That is such a coincidence. I'm telling you, things fall into place sometimes. Because I love that song, and it just speaks to your soul. It really does, no matter what your creed. It is. I could not believe it. But ever since I saw that, and it's been what? How long has Kobe been gone? About 2 months or a month and a half? I just got the feed for that like 2 weeks ago. And I swear, then it starts feeding you everything, right? From everybody who's ever covered that song. So I'm like enthralled with that song. And then you send me that link. That is such a coincidence, Vanessa. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, this medium, it comes through. It never fails. It really doesn't. And that's some of the things we've learned too from all of this. Being home is how much we can utilize it even more. Not only just reach our students and parents to, reach out to teachers and so forth, and all of the technical things and the practical things of learning and education, but the heart-to-heart stuff that, when you have to reach out and call that uncle that you haven't talked to in a while, or the one that's ailing because he's in the hospital now and so forth, and not just wait for those funerals to remember all the good stuff. My mom's funeral wake, the nun wanted someone to sing, so this guy goes, I do. She hands him the guitar. Out comes You Ain't Nothing But I love it. I love that. That's incredible. And I love that song. I love Elvis. Chana Pavria to bring me to tea. Oh, I know. He's just incredible. He really is. And I have just so appreciated opera again. I've always loved it. But when they were talking about Italy and the lockdown, when they first experienced the lockdown, and they were showing people on the rooftops just trying to console themselves with song as well. And they were singing Pavarotti. Yeah, more than ever. More than ever, that music really is important. And yeah. But I was also thinking about, how long I've been on here and been friends with a lot of people and made new friends. And sometimes things get askew on here. Sometimes things get misread, miscued. I was watching a video the other night of one of our favorites, I'm sure, and I won't mention it because there was some drama going on in her live show. And she addressed it, and she said, that's when she also said, we're family, and family talks things out. And someone else had said something about, because someone's feelings were hurt about situations that are going on with the logistics of the show. And then someone chimed in and said, well, you sound this way, or you sound that way. And the host of the show was astute enough to say, wait, hold it right there. It's because of things like that things get out of hand, because text can be cold. Text can be misconstrued. Every time I answer an email from someone that's either asking me for anything with business, or even just, a question about what do you think this stone or this is, I always try to make sure I reread it, because I come off sometimes blunt, even face to face, even here in video, much less in text. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and how I hope I've never said anything blunt or short to anyone on here or in a chat, because I don't want feelings like that. It's just not important. It's so minuscule to get upset about jewelry, about a bid or not a bid, or a comment. And maybe I take some of my comments kind of personally too. I've gotten to the point where I know when there's a mean comment, and I will usually delete it and delete that person, block that person. But sometimes I also have to remember that person may have another native language, and that their tone may be different than what I'm used to seeing or hearing. So I always try to keep that in mind too, because I feel like sometimes we are very quick to think, oh, you're saying it this way because you don't like me, or because this or the other. So I don't know. I just think it's time to give people a little bit of a leadway, and not be so quick. But that was one thing that I really found interesting in that disagreement in that chat. Was not my channel, somebody else's channel, but the host said, don't comment on somebody else's comment because that's the way you're reading it. That may not be the way she meant it, and that may not be the person that it's directed at is taking it. Cool. Anyway, those are the two subjects I wanted to address today. Let me see what else you guys are saying. You learned that the hard way. Here. Oh, Cindy, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kim. Hugs right back at you. I'm glad the stream is awesome because it hasn't been and it takes forever to upload. So you are going to see a lot of recorded videos from me. I even want to do an A-listers for our resellers out there. I've gotten a little inspiration about things and sold some things that I thought would never sell. So I want to talk about that. I may record that tonight and upload it sometime this week or tomorrow. We'll see. I have a few things I have to ship out tonight, or at least package to ship. It seems like we have a lot of time, but we really don't, do we? 24 hours still fly by for me. They really do. I mean, it seems like we do have a lot of time, but in the end, we don't. We just got that 24 hours. Are you guys still getting longer days? Are y'all starting to get longer days? It didn't get dark here till pretty much 8 o'clock. Why are you yelling? I know. And Vanessa used to do that too. She used to do all caps. And occasionally she does. And my husband does too. I think he just finds it easier because he's not very keyboard fast or whatever. He doesn't have to put, what do you call it? Caps and periods and what. He just does it all in caps. That's so funny, Kathy. Good. That's nice. We had lots of rain, though, all weekend. It rained. Maybe that's another reason I just wanted to I don't know, pretend it was all just one long day and not have to face the day and think about things. But thinking about things is good, too, like Valerie said. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. I really do. Let me go back up here. Just trying to read some in the chat. Okay, Miss Brat Cat. Oh, thank you. Brat Cat says, Thelma, I've known you a little while. My life is richer. Thank you. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. And I always read text wrong, too. This is why I hate mass text, especially from work, because they're not even directed at me. They're directed at somebody else. Or when my kids will get in a mass text with us, and I read something that they're talking about something else, and then I get myself in trouble. They're like, Mom, we weren't even talking about that. We were talking about this. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Houston, and they were actually talking about Chicago. I don't know, but it was crazy. And it happens a lot. Especially with emails. I hate mass emails. It's only Monday, right, guys? It's only Monday, but we'll make it better. Tuesday's got to be better. Anybody have any kids at home? Or grandkids that you know of? Are they having a pretty good time at school of the online learning? I've heard some really good stories, but I've heard some horror stories too. I just got an email about one child that's having anxiety X, also because a relative, a favorite aunt is very ill. So hard to reach these kids. They're used to the social aspect of I think they, especially in middle school, they're used to their buddies to talk to, and it's hard. It really is. I feel bad. I'm gonna have to call her tomorrow. She just texted me a little while ago to see if I can help her in some way, maybe just somebody different to talk to. Plus, her parents are probably working too. It's tough. Probably out of the house most of the day, I would think. Oh, okay. I hope it goes well for him. I think it'll go well as long as, I mean, the thing is, the internet is cracked out too. They're coming up with different ways. Um, I just see it. I just keep reiterating to the parents, since we're not even grading, guys. I mean, they can't really tell a teacher how to grade, but our governor has already said that we're not taking the assessment, the state assessment, and all grades are pretty much no letter grade. But we can't tell the kids that either, because then some of them won't try. But I just keep telling them to hone in on the important things, like reading and arithmetic. I mean, you don't have to learn every genre right now of English literature. Learn how to read critically. You don't have to know every formula for finding the angle, but make sure he still knows his timetables, and he still knows how to convert a fraction or two, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because the classroom moves so fast, and they teach to the middle, and there are kids that are gifted and they're bored, and there are kids that are clean and they're upset. So now's the time to really hone in on those skills. I think in a way, it's a blessing. I mean, it's almost like stop for just a minute and pulling it back just a tad. And because that's what I do as a special education teacher, I'm always spiraling back down. I have to expose the child to the great curriculum while always remembering that he has deficits, and teaching so that I can see some growth. So though he may be 7th or 8th, I may still be teaching some 5th grade skills. And that's okay. It really is. I know people who just learn how to write in college. And I mean write, but as in composition, essay, research kind of thing. So that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Miss Cindy, of course. Your son, he's been quarantined in his hotel room. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Miss Cindy, I'm sorry to hear that. I will definitely keep him in my prayers. Definitely. What's his name? If you don't mind giving me his first name. No school here. Oh, that's good. That's good, Miss Shirley. So, yeah, I was thinking a lot about the channel too, and how, like I said, sometimes I've had like the same kind of hater comments. It's just a different name. Somebody always something or the other. And I don't delete the criticism immediately. I mean, I just kind of maybe reply back in a way like, thank you for anyway. But if you're going to insult me, really insult me, and this, I'll delete and block. But those things never change. It's so incredible. I don't know why people literally bother to construct a paragraph to tell me how terrible I am. Why would you do that? Just be quicker if you just clicked off and watched something else, something that makes you laugh. I watched another Smosh video. I know it's a little not everybody's taste, but it makes me crack up out loud. They did one on long distance learning online. Oh my gosh, it was spot on with some of the kids and some of the teachers too, I'm sure. It was so funny, and definitely comedy and my gosh, it just takes your mind off things. It really does. My sister tells me if it wasn't for cable TV and the things that make me laugh, I would go nuts. And she says, I don't care how broke I am paying for my cable first thing. She must have her cable to make her laugh. And otherwise, she'd be in a pool of tears. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me see. John. Okay. I'll remember that. My best friend's son, one of my best friends has a son named John. He spells it that way too. I will definitely keep him in my prayers. Oh, I know. I know. And the thing is, it happens every week. Wait for me to upload so they can comment. And exactly. Yes, how's the little kitty? That kitty's so cute. I thought you were going to name him Scratch. I was already going to call him Scratch. But Bean is a cute name. I love it. I love that name. He's going to just steal your heart, Vanessa. Oh, good, Miss Brett Cat. Oh, good. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, kitties are incredible. I love them. And dogs. That's another thing I like to watch, too, is Animal Kingdom and all those shows like that. Those are fun. All right, guys, I'm going to step out. I didn't mean to come in here. And I thought I was going to go somewhere with the conversation. But instead, I just saw this watch and I broke down again. Oh, my goodness. But it's okay. You'll see me in a better light next time, I hope. Good. Yes, a new Vanessa. Thank you so much for all the kind words, guys. I appreciate it so much. That was so nice of them to do that, Vanessa. It is so sweet. And that's just such a cute name. So next video, you'll have to bring him in the picture. My daughter was telling me, have you ever showed Ginger in a video? I was like, I think so, because I know I showed the dog. She goes, you need to show him in the video. Ginger is the cat. Good night, Miss Shirley. I will talk to you guys soon. Stay tuned for that jewelry jar that I uploaded. I did do it in its entirety. That'll probably be Wednesday or so, because I did just upload one this morning, which was the half of the other one. Did you see the coral, guys? Oh my gosh. This is so amazing. It is coral, white and red. And then I found these in one of my not junk, but my crafter lots that I don't know why I had put that in a crafter lot, because I have a big bucket full of crafter stuff and things that I thought may need this or the other. These are shell. And then I thought that they wouldn't white hair. I saw a little video not too long ago that said everyone should have a pair of white earrings. So if you don't, get some, all right? Guys, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you again for your prayers and your thoughts and just being here with me and listening to me go where I went. And, just being there really helps. It really helps coming in here and talking to you guys. I'll talk to you very soon. I love y'all very much. Bye.